Hey everyone, how are you doing?
So what the hell are we doing this week?
More X-Men related.
X-Men again?
Well, hey, the X-Men are popular.
I mean, are we really getting any views out of this?
Well, no.
So you're kind of like the Pixies of YouTube.
What do you mean?
Well, everybody's heard of you, but nobody can name a song.
I suppose if you want to get technical, okay, fine.
Alright, let's get down to it.
So we begin with Forge.
No, you mean fake guy?
Why you call him a fake guy?
I mean, look at him. He's not, I don't understand.
Well, he's Forge. He can make anything he wants, his imagination can come up with.
Okay, so why did he make a robotic thigh?
Huh?
His leg is a robotic thigh.
I'm pretty sure the whole leg is robotic. Yeah, he lost it in the war.
Well, why is only the thigh showing any machinery?
I don't know, it's a look choice.
Wait a minute. Isn't this an older version of Forge?
Yeah, it is. I got it from that Marvel Legends collection.
What the hell? Shouldn't this be like the super modernistic one that just came out?
No, I never found that one at Ollie's, and this one, I mean, that's the only figure I wanted from that set, and this one came out of that Marvel Legends collection, so I thought, what's the point?
Well, because you need the latest version at all times.
Not really.
Yes, you do.
I don't agree.
Well, then you're just not a true toy collector.
Okay, whatever. Alright, Forge, I dig him. I know the figure is a little dated, but at the same time, he's one of those characters I really enjoyed back in the day, and felt like he was, in some ways, pretty awesome.
Well, of course you thought he was awesome. You're weird.
You know, he's made by Hasbro.
He's the best figure ever.
Yeah, I thought that would bring you around.
Well, I mean, he's best figure for when he was brought out, but he's not so great now. I mean, he's dated.
Oh, so you got an out.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I can understand that. You got a shill, but you got an out, so you're going to have to take it.
Damn Skippy.
Anything else you want to add, Hordak?
I don't get Forge. I mean, he was Native American, right?
Yeah.
And he caused, like, the spell that created the adversary?
Not created, opened up a doorway into his dimension, but yeah.
And then the X-Men had to sacrifice themselves to close the door?
I believe that's how all the mutants went.
But then they couldn't really die, so they had these special powers that they couldn't be detected on TV or something like that. And then they went through the sage paralysis or whatever it is, and that changed.
Yeah, I admit that got a little convoluted. I didn't hate it though, but I will admit getting from point A to point B was a little bit of a stretch.
Okay, just making sure I understood all that, because we were talking like 5 years of comics and I was going, huh?
Well, you know, I thought it was interesting.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, and next up is Sunspot.
Who the hell's Sunspot?
Did you watch the latest X-Men 97 show?
Oh, that show. Oh, that guy. His name is Sunspot?
Yeah, his name is Sunspot.
That's a weird name.
Well, do you know anything about his powers?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, yeah, I don't really know anything about his powers either. I remember him from New Mutants, and I always had a vague idea what his powers were, but I don't think they ever really expanded upon it or said what it was. I know in X-Men Days of Future Past movie, they kind of indicated it was a fire-based thing, but I never got that from the comics.
Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Why did you buy this?
It was in the Marvel Legends collection again.
Oh, your cheap ass excuse for having figures that you probably wouldn't have bought in the first place.
No, I would have bought Sunspot.
Why?
Highly recognizable figure. Character I kind of liked. You know, I mean, why wouldn't I buy it?
Because you're cheap and an a-hole.
Okay, that was a weird place to place an insult.
I gotta do it once in a while, you know, otherwise you think that, you know, we're friends or something. Well, then why are you on my channel? No, I'm just here to insult you.
I thought you were trying to get, like, views for your channel by collaborating.
Nah, I'm here to just insult you.
Okay, once again, this was made by Hasbro.
Greatest figure ever!
And they haven't done an update.
Ah, crap.
Well, he's dated, but I can't really say much because he's the only one we got. Exactamundo.
Did you just go full Fonzie on me?
Just a little bit. You poor dear. Anything constructive to add to this?
I mean, it's an older figure. If you want it, grab it. They're pretty easy to grab. I did a quick search on eBay and I'm like, oh, that's cheap. Of course, that makes sense with this cheap ass.
Another dig.
Another day, another dig. That's my philosophy.
Hordak, you're one in about 100.
I know. Internet trolls are all over the place. It's weird.
Alright, so next up we have Polaris.
What the hell is this?
I mean, the girl is already really pretty weird with green hair, but
isn't that her House of M outfit?
You know, I think it might be.
Is there any other House of M characters in the Marvel Legends line?
Not that I'm aware of.
So what the hell is this? This is... okay, Marvel Legends collection?
Yeah, Marvel Legends collection.
I figured as much. So why did you keep Polaris?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't have a Polaris.
Did you want a Polaris?
Yes, I want a Polaris.
Oh, well, okay, I guess if you want one, I don't know why you'd want a Polaris, but you have a Polaris, okay, I mean, you know, it's Polaris. I mean, her greatest achievement was being Havoc's girlfriend, and even then, it was kind of like, well, is she really his girlfriend? I mean, there was Madeline Pryor, who kind of like jumped between his mother's brothers, and, you know, she was all over the place, and everybody seemed to like her more, and, you know, Polaris was always left out in the garbage. And why is her hair green?
Are you done?
I'm not sure, because Polaris is messy. Why did she get back with Havoc after he was bonking Madeline Pryor, who was his sister-in-law? That's a... How do you know that? I can read a Wikipedia.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah, that happened. I think.
You know, they didn't explicitly tell us that. I mean, looked like that Havoc and Madeline were kind of doing it, but don't really know.
They were on top of, like, the Chrysler building in New York. And Havoc just basically had trunks, and we all know what the Goblin Queen looks like.
Yeah, okay.
You're saying they didn't? Didn't? I'm pretty sure they did.
I'm not saying they did anything.
And where was Polaris during all this?
Oh, she was taken over by Malice and was a part of the Marauders.
So, what?
She was just kind of there.
Pretty much. Did she not care about her man?
I don't know. I mean, I really... Gosh, what? You know, Polaris went back to the X Factor? Why did Polaris go back to X Factor? I keep forgetting. It was probably explained off panel. No, I don't think it was. Well, whatever it was, she just jumped... She just hopped right back into Havoc's bed. And, I mean, wow, way to make yourself look like a weak character, bitch. Yeah, wow. I really never thought about this character before. You're bringing up a good point. I know, and I hate that because, you know, she should have a better figure. Yeah, I was really hoping for one was like her, like, maybe 80s look or something, maybe even her 60s look. So this is like the only figure she has? No, she has an X Factor one. The box set's pretty pricey. I hear a rumor they're going to re-release it. Well, okay. I mean, it's Polaris, so here we are. Good job! What the hell happened to the sides of her freaking swimsuit? Yeah, I have no idea. Me either. Can we move on, please? Yeah, this is not the best figure at all. I mean, it's a representation I didn't really want, but at the same time I wanted the character, and this is like, you know, the only affordable option. Yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from. I don't like it. Oh, but wait, it's Hasbro. No, I can't praise this. This is pretty bad. I mean, it's just okay. She has the bubble effects. Bullshit! I thought you'd see it my way. That's one thing we can agree on. The bubble effects just suck. Good. So next we bring in Sunfire. Wait. Isn't Sunfire the basis of the Sunfire body that everybody talks about? That's still being used? Yes, it is. This is the original. Okay. Always liked Sunfire. I always thought it was that X-Men that got ignored. Well, of course he got ignored. He was Sunfire. I mean, who cares about Sunfire? I always liked him. Was he really part of the X-Men, though? I mean, for one issue. Well, yeah, okay. I guess it was. You got a point. But the rest of the time, he was just kind of reserved to Japan. And was just kind of there. Right, exactly. So not really an X-Man. I suppose. I mean, he was for one issue. That's one issue. I mean, you know, technically, you know, Guido was X-Man for an issue. Okay, what's your point? I'm just saying. I mean, it's like, you know, if you just will go by one issue, I mean, and we can count them as part of the team. Dude, that is the entire basis of Defenders. Ah, crap, you're right about that. Didn't think about what I said before I said it. Never mind, this comic book aesthetic thing is just, yeah, team that's not a team, and, yeah. Wow, okay. I'm sorry, is it? Too much X-Men stuff is going on around here. You have a problem with the X-Men? No, I'm like Gambit. Don't mess with the X-Men. Okay. Sunfire's pretty okay. The paint is fine. We all know the Sunfire body. Because it's the Sunfire body. Wow, original naming there. And it was one I wanted to add to my collection just because I kind of wanted to get as many of the giant size X-Men figures as I could. Sunfire was a major gap in that, so now I've got it and I can relax. Really, that's all it takes for you to relax is, you know, a Sunfire body? Boy, that sounds weird. I don't want to answer that. Yeah, I actually worded it weird on purpose just so that I can make you look gay. Sorry. Okay, can we move on? I mean, we're going to have another old figure. No, actually, next one's going to be Pheniox. Oh boy, Pheniox, I love a big bird. Did you mean that to sound the way it came out? No. Didn't think so. So then we have Jean Grey as Pheniox. This one seems like a very elementary one to put in for me. Let's face it, Phenix is one of the most popular stories of X-Men. It was a turnaround point where, oh man, anything can happen.
Well, everything did happen, and Jean was the cause. You ruined X-Men, you bitch.
Why did Jean ruin X-Men?
Because she kept coming back.
Well, okay. I see your point.
I mean, she just wouldn't stay dead.
And are we going to get a white repaint of this one? That stands to reason. It could happen.
Well. Anyway, I just never liked that Phenix kept coming back to life. It's like, okay, the first time it was a bit of a stretch, but it ended up working out and making some decent stories. The second time and third time, I think we're on 4 now, 5, and I'm not even sure anymore.
I admit, the resurrection thing got old. You're dead on that one. It did get old because the first time it worked. When they brought her back, it was a bit of a stretch, but you kind of accepted it because you did get some really good stories coming out of it. But as it kept happening over and over and over, I was not a fan. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the classic, and the classic one was very unpredictable and was very nuanced and very good. I mean, it was a lot more mature than a lot of comics of the time, and that I appreciate. However, you know, to me, there has to be a finality to it. And I know comics are perpetually storytelling. It's moving on, and it's kind of like soap operas. You move on and on and on. But there needed to be a finality to Jean. Either she's resurrected and back with the X-Men, or she's dead. You can't keep coming back and forth. It's the weirdest thing. And anytime they kill off Jean anymore, it has no impact.
Because it's happened too many times.
Exactly.
God, we're having too much common ground on this issue.
Well, anyway, this figure I got on sale. I kept saying this was a $35 figure. I'm damned if I don't think I was correct on that. And the base, it is cool. It is hard to put together, and I'm not sure why it's so hard to put together.
Oh, now you're just bitching about Hasbro.
Yeah, I'm going to bitch about Hasbro on this one, because it took me and my wife figuring out how this goes together to put this together.
Well, maybe because your wife's smart and you're stupid.
Hey, my wife is smart, but even she was like, holy shit, what the hell?
It seems pretty simple to me.
Well, okay, how?
Well, you put the wrist thing into that thing, and then this over here, and this flop this. Okay, it's not so easy, is it?
No, it's not so easy.
Sorry, I thought it was easier.
Well, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Shut up, Hordak.
Rude.
Alright, so the other thing is I am using the Phoenix background with my Dark Phoenix because I do think it fits her a little better, you know, the reds and stuff. I do wish the Dark Phoenix was red and gold instead of red and just a flat yellow. Although I get why they did that initially. The green and gold does work. It is my favorite outfit for Jean Grey. She is sitting over with my X-Men, and I just have the Phoenix Force in the background for the Dark Phoenix. In my mind, it makes sense because Phoenix became one of the greatest enemies of the X-Men, and she was an X-Man.
Say what?
Come on, man, that's a pretty simple line of logic to follow.
I know, but I gotta make you feel uncomfortable and feel weird.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, yes, I do. I have to do whatever it takes. Because I am your foil. I am your arch nemesis. I am vengeance. I am the night.
No, you're not. You're freaking Hordak. And I'm AJ. And that's going to wrap it up for our look at toys. Tune in every Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. We will have another look at toys.
Be there or be square. Like this asshole.
Anything else to say?
Good night, Seattle. We love you.
All right then.